Hi, music lawyers.
Hi, copyrights lawyers. We're here. We're back. Officially, the original program where it's not, let's just go live, hammered. We got plenty to actually discuss.
A real show.
A real show for once.
Amongst all this nonsense out there.
Oh my God. It's just getting crazier and crazier out there. What it seems like. People are just losing their minds. And I think it started with the Stuttering John thing. And I'm exactly like you. I could give a fuck about any of the Stuttering John stuff happening. I barely watch it. It's annoying. Well,
I don't even know if we got to it, but yes, exactly. Shout out, kudos to the god Kevin Brennan for sticking it to Shuley and getting him before he could. But that was the start and the end of it, as far as I'm concerned. I can give a fuck about Stuttering John or any of these other stern people. Who cares? You idiots. The point, exactly right, Ski Mask. The point of him having Stuttering John on, and Kevin said it, was to stick it to Shuley. It wasn't even about caring about Stuttering John.
That was the only reason.
All these dabbleverts, retards, because we say it here.
Yeah,
we're not cowards like somebody else. I got many other shows. They think it's like, oh no, Kevin likes Stuttering John, and Stuttering John's gonna be all the time. Ooh, nobody cares about Stuttering John. Nobody cares about, and you like him, Casey Armstrong. You told me you like him. That was one of the most boring MLCs in recent history the other day. Even Kevin said on the show, it was hilarious.
Well, I mean, the reason I thought it was one of the most boring is because personally, I think Casey Armstrong is a very, very interesting person. I think he's hilarious.
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I have no problem with him specifically. I'm talking about all I care about is the product. I'm not saying Casey Armstrong. I'm not saying I don't like Casey Armstrong. I'm saying for MLC, that was you know what it was, Ski Mask? It was like all these other boring ass interview podcasts where they have people on and they tell stories.
Well, that's exactly right, because I wanted somebody like even when Casey Armstrong was on Cumia just did his regular show. I want a chance for someone who's good at broadcasting to actually interview Casey Armstrong, because on the outside, I tried. We're currently working on it, but I want somebody to actually try to get into the mind of Casey Armstrong, because on the outside, he seems like a normal guy, but from what I hear from very, very reliable sources, the man is critically insane. And I would like for somebody to really get into the mind of him, because he had a couple of one-liners on the MLC episode that had me dying on the airplane. And that's why I had a little bit of drinks on the way back, and I was watching and went a little bit hard on some of the super chats and some of my comments.
So I saw.
People were having problems with that, but I was a little ticked off. I was excited. I thought Kevin would actually break him down. Not break him down. I want someone to actually give him an interview, but I get it. That's Kevin's show. I've said it before. When Kevin has a guest on, he likes to somehow make the guest interested in what Kevin wants to talk about, and that's always the way he's done it. So I was a little disappointed, but got to see what's going on with that.
Yeah, great comment there. I see all the episodes of Ski Mask and Stevie going up on audio, and I don't see the flagship show going up on audio anymore. What's going on here?
It was supposed to happen yesterday. I had a really busy day at work. I had just gotten back. It's a pain in the ass to get the audio up, but the audio up will be.
Oh, you got enough time for Ski Mask and Stevie shows.
Oh, no. Even the latest two Stevie and Ski has not been uploaded yet, so that's a 100% fact.
$400 to end the show, by the way, folks. $400 to interact with the. $400 ends the show. One-time payment. No.
It has to be PayPal or Venmo. No, the super chat does not count.
Scan the barcode above, and you can end this show right now for a mere $400.
Kelly, I know I have excuses. I was a busy guy, and it takes a little bit of time. And frankly, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I was having fun, and I didn't fucking feel like doing it, because from what I see on my algorithm. Not a lot of people listen as much as they used to. People
Well,
don't
you
have
can't put you're putting the carriage in front of the horse or whatever it is. You got to put them up so people listen. If you're not
I will.
consistent,
They're
if you're
gonna
not,
get put up.
you know
Everything you
that.
put together. Go check. I know. I
If you're
know.
not
Yeah.
consistent, people will stop.
Well, I take
You
100%
brought up
blame.
you brought up my momager Kelly. Kelly's been in the news recently. For starters, everybody, Kelly is my personal vet. She tells me about. I'm not even going to name names and give them the pleasure, but many people now hitting her up for pet advice. She's mine. She's my personal vet. All you freaks, leave her the hell alone with your dumb fucking dying pets, including some big name comics and some big name shows we talk about here, down to people who name themselves after reptiles and post food pics. Leave her the
Right.
hell alone. Leave her the
I
hell
did.
alone. It's my vet. You're
I
all idiots.
I did enjoy your tweet earlier today. Somebody posted about food, and I think you said something along the lines of, "Thank God you didn't post it, and you're just talking about it."
Oh, our
Uh,
dear friend, original beautiful boy, eye in the sky.
Correct. Yes. Good guy.
Luckily, he said what he had for breakfast instead of posting it, which I was very
Amazing.
appreciative of. A very
Correct.
cleaning up the timelines. You're all welcome, Stancil Stradamus, cleaning up your timeline so you don't just see pictures of fucking food all day. Well, who fucking cares? I stand by my fucking comments. Nobody cares what you're fucking eating. Brown snakes, Stark,
I
Fat Christina, whoever.
I do
Post
want to
something.
I do want to talk to you about something, Stancil. I was a little bit
No,
worried the other day. All right, and I will let you know why. Okay,
please.
you did the Fourth of July episode,
But
and
you want to talk about transformative content. You want to talk about transformative content. An hour and 45 minutes of a man in a room moving around to John Phillips Sousa's marches, one of the most American. If you haven't watched it, watch it after this. Your Saturday is set. Nothing more American. And that's transformative content, not reading fucking super chats. Please, Ed, go ahead.
it is. But at the time, there was some tension between you and I, so I was a little bit worried that you may have done something dumb. So while I was busy working on Vinny's pool,
Yeah, you're
I
working.
I had to let everybody who was around enjoying their time while I was working listen to the show because I was afraid that you may have done something dumb on the show, but you didn't, and so I'm happy for that.
What were you scared of?
You sounded like you were having a little bit, not a mental breakdown, but you sounded a little, not crazy. I'm trying to think of the word for it. You had me worried.
Manic.
You're manic, exactly. You sounded a little manic, so I had to have it on the Bluetooth speaker so that I could hop out of the pool at any moment and pull the plug because I don't want anything to happen to this channel that we work so hard for. But you didn't do it. It turned out to be a fantastic hour, 45 minutes. I believe it got 15 copyright strikes, which is no big deal.
Nice.
That doesn't hurt us, but it was hilarious how YouTube was able to name all of those wild songs that you had going on.
Oh, they're American classics. At least they didn't strike us for brandishing my BB gun for
That's
2
the
hours.
one I was worried about.
It's a BB gun. I showed
I
them it was a
know, but
BB gun.
still, I had Vinny on the outside watching. I said, if he puts that thing anywhere near his face, let me know so I can fucking delete this thing.
Can I tell you about my July 3rd, which was that day, by the way?
No, you did not.
Can I tell you about that day? So the
Somebody
night
asked Jesse James. Look at the bottom. $400 Venmo PayPal. It ends now.
end the show right now. If you don't like the show, put your money where your mouth is. You can end the show at 10 minutes if you have the balls and the money. If you're just too poor and just want to complain, then that's exactly who you are, a poor piece of shit who complains in chats. So if you really don't like the show, put your money where your fat fucking mouth is, scan the barcode, and send us $400. Now, Sunday night, July 2nd, technically. Oh, maybe I had sex from 12:30 to 4:30 with an African American woman, and then I stayed up, threw her in an Uber, literally kicked her into an Uber, and I said, "Well, my night's not over." Dropped a little bit of acid, just a little bit. Uh, Coming out of it, wanted to go to the beach at 5 a.m. So going into my car, opened my garage, Opened my garage to a raccoon hanging from the garage door, dead. Its head got caught in the wheel things of the rail on the side, and it crushed its skull.
Now, yeah, it happened. It happened live. Like it wasn't already there. It happened as you opened the garage door.
Well, I opened it from inside the house because detached garage, with a couple acres. And so I didn't see it. Luckily, I didn't see it. But when I got to the garage, I looked over and I saw a fucking thing hanging down dead. Go to the beach, have a time. What do we do after that? I think I went to work that day somehow for 6 hours. Got out of work. I think, that's when I did the John Phillips Sousa marches right after work at 5:30. After that, I went to my car to go back to the beach because it was calling me, went for a long swim, and there was 2 baby raccoons where the dead raccoon was in the same spot. Life finds a way. Went to the beach, went for a swim, and then I think I got thrown off of, I don't know, it was all a blur, but quite a day. Lots of sex. Lots of sex. So those jokes are off the table, folks. So a couple people still have tried to say it. Sorry, it doesn't work anymore. Now the tables have turned so much, and I called it, Ski Mask, if you watch the show. The tables have turned so much that now I'm having more sex than all of you homos, and with younger women, and with more beautiful women than all your fat wives. Rack me.
Good. Yeah, was told you once it happened once. That's when the ball starts rolling.
Oh, they're rolling.
You're back in the game. Now I'm interested. You said from 2:30 to 4:30 in the morning. Now that's a long session.
Long time.
Were you on out? Were you under some substances to make you last
the young lady did have some nose clams with her.
Okay,
so it was straight out of Boogie Nights. My AC was not in. We were literally both covered in sweat.
Oh, that sounds hot.
It was very hot.
Good for you.
I can't even tell you the quote she told me because you wouldn't believe it. But best sex she ever had. I didn't come. Here's the kicker. Ready? I didn't come once. She was just coming all night, squirting all over the place. I know I'm being blue here. I don't care. This is a real show. Yes. Just fucking making her life, changed her life. She took her wig off.
Rope on, brother. Rope on forever, man.
Yeah. I came in, slept over. I made white in the morning. I pushed white out of my genitalia in the morning. But yeah, we were getting all gacked up. Sex, chill, gack, sex, towel, gack, sex, cum, squirt, cum, dick, gack,
Beautiful.
Gack, tequila.
Sweat.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Good sweaty sex sesh. Nothing better. Now, why did you throw her in the Uber? You didn't want to have her around for maybe take her to the beach.
My days are getting all fucked up. I think that was the other time we had sex. I've been having a lot of sex. Good. I think that night she slept over.
So if you're having a lot of sex, it seem to be changing your mood a little bit? Because I know that.
No, as I said all along, it was never about. I'm not a fucking idiot. I knew exactly what I was doing all along. It doesn't change anything. It's just sex. Sex is still gay. And making girls come is gay. So I guess I'm gay.
I guess you are gay.
Yeah, sex is still. I stand by everything I said. Sex is gay. If you go out of your way to have sex, you're gay. You're a beta. Alphas do their thing and let this shit come to them.
Exactly.
Homos, you fucking. I'm gonna go out and pick up girls. I'm gonna go on Tinder. I'm gonna go on an app. You're gay. You're a loser. You don't have a life.
I'm gonna go spend $80 on a date because I want to have sex and then not get laid. You're a loser. There's no reason you have
listen. The proof is in the pudding. I'm I can't even. I'm making girls come in my mother's garage. These homos have houses and they're still pulling fat hogs. I'm pulling 20-year-olds in my mother's garage, and you fat losers own property, and you're still banging fives. Fuck off.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah, daddy back.
You're back. A second ago, you mentioned that Kelly was your veterinarian. You guys talked.
My mommy.
Now, I do know another couple within the realm of this world who have something to do with dogs, and you had mentioned something going on. Would you like to get into that?
Yes, very well done. That's why you're the host and I'm a second mic. Very well done, because Kelly did get involved on that by accident on Twitter.
I have no idea about this. I glanced
Okay.
over it. This is my first time hearing anything.
And this is a first time talking about it publicly. This is an exclusive. I saved it for the show, as I do with all my relationships and anything that goes on in my life. I don't talk about it to anyone. I bottle it up. I stuff it way down. And then once a week, I talk about it with a man with a mask on. So, yeah. So 4th of July, I went down to the city, actually. So I had no real plans. I had a ton of fun July 3rd, as everyone saw, so I didn't really care. And some people from the Soccer Ball Comedy Club were going to a place on the Lower East Side, one of the piers, this bar, blah, blah, blah. So I told Marshall and Lindsay, because they're friends, and I know they live in the city. I hit them up the day before. There wasn't like some long-standing plans.
Right.
Say, hey, I'll be in the city tomorrow with some people from work. We're going to a place called Watermark. If anybody, whatever, who cares? Yeah, come by. If you guys aren't doing anything, come on by. We're welcome to come hang out. So yeah, they came by. They were hanging out. I introduced them to some of my coworkers. They're all retarded people like me.
Right.
Sounds
people
strong.
You work with, as you should.
Yeah.
You're introducing people to new friends.
Yeah. So whatever. That was really it. So fast forward, I see a clip of Marshall and Lindsay on the Kiki cast, Keanu cast. Shout out to Keanu C. Thompson. Sorry, Kevin Brennan. Sorry, Kevin Brennan's lawyers. But shout out to Keanu. And they're complaining that I blew them off and I wasn't talking to them. Something of that sort. That was the gist of it. Yeah, here it is. Very simple. Are you an adult? Are you an adult?
Yes.
Because adults is a rhetorical. This is to them. Because adults know how to, naturally interact with people. What do you want me to do? Hold your hand. Come here, Marshall. Marshall, tell them about your dog. Oh, Andrew, tell them about what we do at work. What the fuck? Are you over the age of 16? Make your own friends or don't, or come hang out. They were over there being antisocial. They were the ones being antisocial of anything.
That's what it comes down to. They're being antisocial because they come and they want you all to themselves.
Right. And I told them right off the bat, I'm going down to meet people from work. You're welcome to come hang out. Here's the other thing, proof in the pudding. The docu of comedy, Bobby Tamburo, also ended up coming down on a whim, and we had a great time. And he came down later, and he had no problem. He stood next. He was talking to everybody from my work. He was like, "Oh, you do this, I do." You know what I mean? Like a normal person being social.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a matter of them being antisocial, or maybe they're autistic and they don't know how to interact with strangers. But Bobby Tamburo came down and no problems. He hung out all night. We went out with him afterwards to another bar afterwards, as a matter of fact. Bobby had never met any of these people before. Bobby was by himself. Marcia and Lindsay were a couple. So they had strength in numbers even. So sorry you don't know how to act in social situations. Sorry you're possibly autistic. Sorry to Marcia and Lindsay's lawyers. Those are the facts. So I'm glad you all got to hear their outlandish story on Keanu's podcast. But that's the facts of what happened. They wanted me to hold their hand. I'm a grown-ass man. I assume they were grown-ass people, too, who knew how to interact. But they were just sitting by themselves to the side. And I'm not going to go, "Oh, are you guys doing okay? Are you guys?" Yeah, fuck off. I'm fucking 37. Either come be social or get the fuck out. And I still have no problem with them. But they want to use strong words against me. Daddy's going to use strong words against them. Wreck me.
We do consider them friends. If they felt slighted, like maybe they came down and you weren't paying enough attention, why do they have to wait to go on a show to talk about it? If I felt like you did that to me, I would text you, be like, "Hey, this is how I feel about a certain thing," instead of you having to hear it on the back end.
Credit to you, that is true. For the folks at home, you are I'm quoting now YouTube, the great Brian McCarthy would say, "You are a real nigga."
You
because
did.
you are honest. You do say the truth, and you were honest about doing some alligator scale, crocodile scales down over in Utah,
What do
and
you mean? What is the alligator scales? What does that
you
mean?
do blowing coke. You got coke out there,
No, we did not get Coke in Utah. We tried to. Mr. Echo said, "How much do you want?" The great Mr. Echo on
of
Twitter.
course.
We met up with him, and who I found out, Mr. Echo has big, high insecurity problems. He goes, "How much do you
Whoa,
want?" I told him. I said, "Eight ball." Hours
of
go
course.
by. I say, "What time will you get here with the bag?" And he goes, "Oh, I'll be there in a little bit." So we're all waiting around. We're ready to get real nice and getting going. And Mr. Echo shows up on the. He bought a brand new motorcycle. He didn't even know how to ride. It had a gas leak that I had to. I fixed his gas leak for him in exchange for 10 Adderalls. Because if he would have got on the highway with this brand new bike, he would have caught on fire. So
Wait, where's the coke?
he never showed up with a Coke. He got there and I'm like, "Where's the Coke?" And he goes, "Oh, I forgot to get it."
What?
The whole
It's
point of what you
the only
coming back
reason you're
over
here.
was to bring the Coke, the eight ball. So for everybody who thought I was all masking up, that's not the case.
You're
Uh,
Adderall now.
yeah, but yes, I was Adderall up. I brought tons of Adderall so I can ensure that I finished Vinny
Wait,
Cash's
wait.
pool.
He gave you more Adderall. He had
Yeah,
Adderall.
in exchange for me fixing his motorcycle, replacing all the hoses so he didn't catch on fire, instead of charging him, I said, "Give me 10 of your Adderall," because my prescription was out and I didn't want to take any more from my old lady.
Now
So
it's the Adderall
yes,
shortage, of course.
yeah. Well, no, I took too many. I get my new script. What is today? The 8th. I get it tomorrow, so I'll be right back in it.
Beautiful,
Um,
beautiful.
no, I don't snort Adderall. I take them like a man, like you should. But that was the whole point. Was I was not going to leave the state of Utah until I finished Vinny Cash's pool, because we did it with the water in it, which you're not supposed to do. It's very
Yeah, it
different.
sounded retarded. It did sound a bit retarded.
Well, ask Mr. Vinny Cash himself. We did a great job. The only thing I left him to do was pressure wash the outside. He was happy with it. So for all of you mongrels who are
Yeah.
calling Vinny Cash a pay pig, he paid me out there to do a job and to hang out. And to turn out, folks, all these high rollers out there who are weirdos, I can absolutely 100% confirm Vinny Cash is not one of those guys.
Wow.
One of the best people I've ever met in my life. A beautiful wife, beautiful kid. They were the amazing host. Just an all around fucking good time. I want to move to Utah. I want to. I mean, it was as soon as I landed in Newark, almost got robbed at a liquor store, and I'm like, what? I have to leave this place. So it was a great time, and I want to address one more thing.
Please
Yeah,
address. We have a lot to address. We got
for all of you people,
plenty of time.
all of you people who think I'm sitting around asking Brennan, texting Brennan to come on. I want to come on your show. That's not the case. I can show the receipts. All I do is I know he's going to be live. I text him one thing: I'm available. I'm not asking. I'm just letting him know I'm available. That's not asking. Either way it goes. And one day I said, I'm available, but if you bring Ray DeVito on, I'm out. And so if you watch the episode, right halfway through, we're talking great strip club stories. Well, I mean, we're talking funny shit. He brings Ray on. I say, have a great 4th of July. Goodbye. And I hang up. And
Yeah, that was great.
I left.
Yeah. So now
it's
So now what's going on? He says you'll never be on again. You sound like persona non grata. I think it's my turn now.
That's perfectly fine with me. I've had my time with Brennan. If he doesn't want to know the stories, that's okay. It would have been a lot different if I was doing it right here, telling him these stories. But I had the great Vinny. I had the great Cabana. Not so much the great Mr. Echo. They're just all back it up, just in case
Mr. Echo,
lying about this stuff. Yeah, apparently Mr. Echo's mad at me, which he needs to get over, because
get in line. Just gonna check my notes. Just gonna check in my notes here, folks.
That's something I wanted to address. There's
address.
Trying to think of, there was some other shit that was said when I was out. out in the great state of Utah. Like,
Yeah, Utah. I've dabbled just a touch in Utah,
oh my God,
but
it was
Colorado,
fun.
Utah, it's God's country.
I really want to move to Salt Lake City. It was just so beautiful. I mean, I hate to break the fourth wall, and I know I've already said it, but we were literally making bets the first 2 days we were there on when we would see the first African American. It took 2 days, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. It was an Uber driver taking us from a strip club, and she happened to be Dominican, and so it doesn't really count. And I'm not saying that in a bad way at all. Vinny Cash says I left a jizz covered ski mask here. Yes, I did. I left
$400 to end the show, Jesse James. Scan the code, send it along, and we are men of our word. We've done it twice in the
scan the
last few
code.
weeks.
It can't be a super chat. It has to be a Venmo
Yeah,
or a PayPal at Ski Mask Host on both.
scan the
We run the
code
show.
just above right here. $400 ends the show. You can
Great,
interact with your world.
great point, Stancil. Because once again,
I always
we
make points.
we notice a pattern here. This isn't the first time it's happened. It's not the second time it happened. Kevin's stealing our bit? We started this bit. So now
Yes, we started it with
yes,
kicking Stevie off the show a while ago. We started it. It's a Ski Mask Media started all this pay amount of money to have the show do something. We started that. No one has ever done that before in the history of broadcasting. We started it. So we stole our Palooza. He's stealing our kick somebody off the show for money or end the show for money. I mean, some would, as I would quote someone to say, hack.
And I've noticed a lot of the things that I noticed this when I was on the plane. He's starting to say a lot of things that you and I say. I can't really hit the nail on the head right now, but I'm going to start jotting them down.
Well, we know he watches.
I know he watches every episode. At the end of the day, Kevin knows he loves me. But yeah, I could be a whack-a-mole every now and then. He's so afraid that I'm going to go on there and act nutty. But what was better, when I was on his show for the 20 minutes or the last hour and a half, you got talking about steaks, and then steaks the next day, and then steaks the day after that.
I have to admit, Ray is pretty absurd, but Ray is a child. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's talking about building a grill and making a fire. It's like, yeah, I did that when I was like 8.
It's childish.
But yes, I know what you're saying. I agree. But I'd rather hear about steaks than Stuttering John and Casey Armstrong. I care less about that. I would have rather heard about Ray's fire again the other day than Casey Armstrong. Good God. Loved the show yesterday, the solo show, by the way, of course. Solo Kevin's the best.
I did want to show. I wanted to show this really quickly if I could. Fuck, how do I do that? Oh, never mind. I don't know.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna send my availability into Kevin on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm free.
I mean, what I've learned, I've never asked. Just text him, hey, I'm available at this time. And
as I told you, I'm offering my service. I'm not asking to be in my show. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help your show.
You said at one point that I'm always in his text asking. I never do that. I say I'm available. That's all I say. Prove me wrong. I'll show you the text. That's it. So I don't have to. And then it's not like, oh my God, I'm begging to be on a show, because even I said to him, I'll come on. But if Ray comes on, I'm out. And that's exactly what happened. I'm out of the Ray business. I did nothing.
The Ray business.
I did nothing.
What made you out of the Ray business? You just
nothing. I did nothing but support Ray DeVito. I took friends of mine to his special. I've had him on this show. We've had good times.
You got your girlfriend Docs. Going to your show, got your girlfriend Docs. All because you're a good friend.
Yes, and then there was a video of him trashing me a little bit and trashing my program. As soon as I say I'm out of the Ray business, he's such a child that he cancels our Patreon and unfollows me on Twitter. So I went to cancel.
How are we going to survive?
How are we going to survive? By the way, check your Venmo. I sent you the Patreon money this morning.
Whoa, you did? I thought it hits on the 21st. Patreon.
I've been so busy. I looked at the date this morning and I was like, oh, fuck, I forgot to take the Patreon.
Oh, wow. Wow, good shit. Thank you. Thank God. Now I can take Victor out. Breaking. I know you're getting to something. I'll buy you time.
Really not. Go ahead.
Victor Marca in town he was trying to get here in time for this. He's not, but Victor Marca in Stamford, Connecticut this evening. He'll be
Wow.
watching the amazing Dan Soder at the Soccer Ball Comedy Club this evening. By the way, Dan Soder, what a I saw it twice last night. I get to see it twice again tonight. What a fucking hour. The guy fucking kills. Hilarious stuff. Didn't expect anything less, but he did not disappoint. If you get a chance to see Mr. Soder, fucking do it. So yes, me and Victor are gonna go out after, maybe find some ladies, maybe find some fucking guys, and maybe fuck these guys. He got a hotel room for us. Stuff's gonna happen.
If you guys, if he's here for a while, ride up this way, or I can ride down that way. See what's happening. I'd love to.
I'm trying to get him to hang around tomorrow, so we'll see.
He's one of the best guys out there. Period. But speaking of Victor, brings up another great point, Stancil. I totally forgot about. They're stealing a towel idea. Everyone come.
Oh no! Yes.
There's a towel waiting at the Comedy Cellar for over a month. That's where Kevin told me to send. I sent Kevin a shit ton of merch, and he still hasn't picked it up. We had the Ray DeVito towel months and months and months ago that I've sent to Kevin, and he has yet to pick it up. So now people have the towel idea. When we always have the idea first, and I'm not gloating here. I'm just saying,
just fact.
It's happening time and time and time and time again, where people are stealing our bits. And at the beginning, of course, we're doing it just to be dumb, but it's funny shit.
Well, here's what it is. It's not even. It's yes. First of all, yes. Second of all, it's not even like listen. We are plugged in to the pulse of podcasts, and especially MLC. We've been in the main vein of this whole world for years now. Longer than I've been doing this podcast. You know what I'm saying? There's many people, and I'm not saying, oh, we were here first. My point is, we have a deeper and much better understanding of what's going on and what's a joke and what's satire and what's serious and what's funny and what's going to be funny and what's going to happen. As you've seen, we've never been wrong yet to ever be wrong. So it goes, I think it's part of that too, where we're constantly ahead of everything because we're geniuses, and this is a great show. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a long week. There was a lot of drinking going on, so I may have forgotten about this. I'm seeing it in the comments. The old great and powerful huge hog Cabana King was hitting with Ari Janane, hopped in the DMs, having some conversation, and I think he may have mentioned something. So I think that's another reason Ray has a little issue.
What did he mention? His hog? His pea size?
Oh, I think he was just hitting her up. So I got to get together with Cabana and see what's going on with that.
Good, hit her up. Get her. Ray keeps saying, "Oh, we're friends. We're friends." So yeah, you can't have it. So either fuck or get off the pot.
Let me see if I can.
As I said all along, Ray's at clubs almost every, and a credit to him. Ray's at clubs almost every night, if not every week.
I would like to pull up this video real quick.
Go ahead. Let me just finish. Amongst women, amongst fans, Ray's got no excuse. As I said before, try pulling bitches in your mom's garage. Hot bitches, too. Good luck. You bitches, you homos can't do it in your freaking shitty houses.
3 strip clubs.
I've seen your fat wives.
We spent over $7,000 at the clubs.
Now, this is Vinny Cash's money.
Mostly, yeah, but it was some of it was the money that I was to be paid from the tile job. So I came home actually with no money.
So he not only flew you out, he paid you to fuck around in his pool.
Fuck around. I did a beautiful tile job. Ask him. So this is Cabana. Do you see it? He decides to dive underneath the stripper stage to see what's going on under there. This is at the end of the night.
Now, you weren't thrown out of this place?
We didn't get thrown out of this place. No, I was surprised. There is one club we did get thrown out of.
Well, I heard about that where you took a shower.
Yeah, I took the shower. Now, this is he got underneath the stage and hid down there for a while.
And what was going on in there? What was going on down there?
I got to get him on the horn to figure out what was really going on. He forgot I was holding on to his phone, and this is me yelling where I can't find Cabana King. I'm freaking out when obviously I know that he's poached underneath the main stripper stage. and that of course is the faceless Vinny. He's yelling the same thing, and that's why our voices are hoarse, folks, because that's what it's all about: having fun. All right, not talking about other shows all the time, just telling funny stories, getting out there and really doing it,
Interacting with
like
the
Dave.
world.
Of course, the great Uber driver who talked to us about his ropes. And when we got on, his last words when we got out of the Uber was "rope on forever, brother." Really
He was
great.
talking about making white.
His name is Glenn. He's an Uber driver in Salt Lake City. Yes, he told us he has this weird condition where he shoots multiple ropes at a time.
Whoa, let's put that on
And
the Patreon.
yeah, we might have to put that on. I'm trying to find the Glenn so we can get him on the Patreon. Great guy. Rope on forever.
Oh, I made you just reminded me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to change
Go
the
ahead.
subject.
No, that was the end of it.
We both have ADHD.
We do.
And this is the show. Who cares? I really don't care if the show's good or not. I just do whatever we want, and everybody likes it. And we're on 200 plus episodes, and we're doing great, and numbers continue to grow. So obviously, we're doing something right. But anyway, and all organic. We haven't ever bought subscribers or views or followers or anything like that. We've done it all on our own backs from dirt.
Right.
But anywho, if you do want pet advice from Kelly, I did talk to her earlier. We do have a deal in place. It's $100 for a free consultation. Send Kelly $100, and you also get one of my dick pics. So
Ooh.
the point is you have to take the dick pic. So that's why we'll figure what we'll do is we'll weed out the people who don't want to see dicks. So it'll only make people who really need pet advice. Yes, so just send that money along. But yes, no more freebies from Kelly. You're all freaks. I don't want you DMing my momager. I don't want you bothering her. I don't need you cretins, frankly, bothering my momager. So from now on, you're gonna have to pay for that. Marshall and Lindsay are autistic, and that's it. $400 to end the show.
$400 to end the show, but I mean that's what Stevie started with $200 to kick him off, and he has since had to raise his price to $400, and that's happened twice so far. So he's been kicked off of 3 shows, I believe, could be 4. So I mean, I might even have to send him a link to come on just to see if we can get him thrown off. I don't know.
If he can come on and mute his mic and then have somebody send $200 to kick him off.
I did tell. He called me before the show. I told him this is a me and Stancil episode. We had much to talk about after an embarrassing episode 203 and a part 2 where Stancil lasted a mere 2 minutes or less. Embarrassing on my end because I didn't know what to do, so I had to continue to run the show. But I get
Junior Coltrane must have tuned in late. Jim is pulling middle-aged mommies. Poor guy. No. The one of the ladies I'm having premarital intercourse with is younger than Ski Mask, who's 10 years younger than me.
Really?
Oh yeah, not like these cretins, fat. These fours all these people are married to. What did I feel like I had something else to.
Another thing, real quick.
Please, this is the show.
On that note, we went to when I was in Salt Lake City, I wanted to go to every strip club available in Salt Lake City. We went to every one of them, all white, beautiful women, not a single dirty snatch to be seen.
I wouldn't like that.
I know it, but it was different. It felt like I was in a winter wonderland the entire time. The streets are so clean. I was making bets with Cabana on when we would find.
You could have been in a real winter wonderland if fucking Mr. Echo came through.
Yeah, if Mr. Echo would have showed up with it, he go, "I'm on my way."
Blizzard.
And he gets there. I'm like, "Where's the bag, Mr. Echo?
Where's the fucking bag? I'm not here to fucking talk."
I can't stand it when someone says, "I'll get the bag and then we'll bring it," and then they show up just don't show up at all if they're not going to have the bag.
That's a T-shirt, by the way. Where's the bag?
Where's the bag? Oh, there's another T-shirt we have to come out with. Oh, it's 3 strip clubs, one of them twice. That's a new T-shirt that's coming out. Also, just so you know, so you're perfectly aware, Stancil, Vinny Cash does have access to the T-shirt website. So he's going to design us some real stuff since he's good at that. So he's going to start.
Not like Milton.
He's going to run it by me first, but during the day, when we say stupid quotes and shit that he likes, he's gonna be making them. He'll run it by me. We'll add it to our store.
I love it. It's
One
always
of them being the Stevie Lutow shirt, which is currently being worked on, where it's Stevie's face molded as the state of Utah, because it's hilarious and I think it's funny. And I only put shit up that I think's funny, not these hacks. By the way, I've heard from multiple sources that Melton shirts are lazy. There's nothing funny about them. There's no creativity about them. They stole the Eddie Baker shirt from us, which, by the way, there is an Eddie Baker shirt at the Comedy Cellar with the Ray towel, waiting for Kevin to pick up.
another thing stolen from Ski Mask Media.
Yes, thanks to Tubby out there. We can't talk to Tubby. He said, "Why haven't you been responding to my shit?" Because I told him, I said, "You made it a pain in the ass for everybody who Kevin trusts to send him stuff. Otherwise, he would have already had the merch." Tubbs, I said, "You should come out with a public apology. Apologize to the man for fucking sending shit to his house as a creep. You can't do that to people if he doesn't know you. It's just weird, man." Rack me. And
we've said from the beginning, merch mercenaries. We've been saying it for years. Our merch is borderline art. It's a revolving door of merch. Get it while it's there. SkiMaskCollective.com. The most cutting edge merch. I mean, there's puzzles. There's all different stuff on there.
All kinds I don't even feel like putting it up today. Just
go
to SkiMaskCollective.com and get there. And now that the great and powerful Vinny has access, he's going to be releasing some good shit. So yes, and I can't wait. It's really turning around here for the good old Ski Mask guys and all of us involved. And I even did a Stevie show live from the car, which my sound wasn't working, maskless. I really don't care. All right, it's fun. Fuck Newark, by the way.
Right. Oh, Newark is a shithole. I flew into Newark on my last trip.
I thought about I went to a liquor store because I had to get something after the flight. I was pissed off at the MLC show. I go in and this African American starts touching my hat. I was wearing an Alex Seal hat, which has the colors blue and red on it. He goes, "I like how you have both colors on your hat." And he grabs my hat, and I go, "Don't touch my hat." This other guy walks behind me, tries to snag my wallet. Lucky for him, I was using Apple Pay on my phone. It was just an entire mess. Then they followed me to my car, a gang of them, about 8 of them. So I had to quickly hop in my lady's car, and I told her to step on the fucking gas, get us out of this hellhole. It was a third world country there. I thought about telling her, "Go park at the airport. Let's go back to Salt Lake. Fuck everything."
Yeah, Brick City they call it.
Yeah. So that wasn't one of the funnest things, but a lot of shit happened. It was just an amazing time. For the first time since I've lived in Connecticut, I got to do something that wasn't Texas, and it was very refreshing. Now I can focus on what I really need to do, which I don't even know what that is yet. But
but now you can focus on it.
Yeah, I'll be able to focus.
Teach more urban youth to ride bikes.
Yeah, man, I've already done that. But the urban youth here, I don't feel like are going to take a wallet out of my back pocket. It's fine.
Yeah.
God. What else is on your list, Stancil? What do we got?
What else is on? Back to podcasting, because this is what our show has always been about. Right. We're purveyors of everything in this world, first and foremost. And I know I've mentioned this before, but he popped up again this week on Stuff Island, which is a fine Tommy Pope and Chris O'Connor's. I love them both. I enjoy the show, but I will say that. Well, I'll get to my original point. Let me say this about them but it is like many of these other podcasts where it's just having, which is fine, but it's just, it has a ceiling when they just have comedians on, and they essentially more or less. All these shows that are 2 guys hosting and they have a guest on who's a comedian, more or less, it's the same show every week, really.
Right.
You know what I mean? They end up talking let's talk about sex. Let's talk about how you brush your teeth. Let's talk about a weird thing you do. Oh, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, Adam Friedland, not funny.
All right.
I've talked about this before. I don't even know. I mean, period, stop, really. I don't get it. Good for him for becoming a millionaire off of their podcast, but him, Mullins, Savi's funny, but him and Mullins, especially on their own, never have done anything for me, especially Friedland. He laugh talks almost on a level of like Bert Kreischer, like while he's, or Carl. No offense to Carl, but he like laugh talks the whole time, like laughs at his own stuff before he's done saying it. And it's like I was thinking, like I have guys, I could put almost any of my friends on a show, and they're gonna say the same shit as Adam Friedland or these guys. It's just like basic observations of shit. I don't get it.
Well, what about? I mean, I
anybody who likes him, feel free to super chat why he's good out there. But I don't. I almost skipped it, but Chris and Tommy are funny enough. Because here's the thing: Chris O'Connor and Tommy are both, mentally unstable.
Chris O'Connor for sure. Yes,
that's what makes it interesting. Is they have these idiotic takes, and I think they would agree. It's the same thing here. I mean, let's be honest.
Right.
But they have opinions and takes, and they stick to them, and that's what makes it interesting. I don't want to hear a guy riffing on just basic. I feel like I wrote down an example. Hold on, real quick. I got it right here.
Well, you have that example. I would say to your point you just made a minute ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you and I could put any of our friends who don't do this shit on the show, and they would be 10 times funnier as most of these hacks that they have on here. I mean, that's the thing I love about having Cabana King on. He gets on, and it's not just me that says it's funny. I mean, I see it in the chat. People want more of him. They want to see him more. Neck tattoos, all these guys,
It's just like, and it ties back into
Julio, man. Julio's fucking
Julio, white Julio. It ties right back into the MLC mothership, whereas MLC is better when it's just a random guy or somebody that has to do with something that Kevin was talking about recently,
right?
Rather than let's just get the biggest name every week we can get and talk to him, or let's just get another comedian friend every week and talk to him. Like, who cares? It turns into and I know we both agree on this, but it turns into the same show every time.
Well, so speaking of same shows every time, I got my got it pulled up right here. Last episode of Real Ass Podcast, Danny Polishuk.
Oh boy,
Danny Polishuk and Chloe LeBranch. One before,
and we love Danny Polishuk, but
we do. Mark Norman, Lev Fur.
I saw Colin Terrell again is on one. What
Colin
a surprise.
Terrell, Jordan Jensen, Mike Figs, who we love. We love Mike Figs. Scott Chaplin and Doug Urim. I mean, these are the rotating guests.
Again, as we said, this is has nothing to do with that we don't like any of these people. It has to do with Mr. Gomez continually booking the same people over. And the one they had Gino on hasn't been released. The one interesting one. Now, is that not released for a reason, or is that coming out next week? It was Gino and Sagalo. I haven't seen that on for.
We both know Gino. There may be some editing that had to do with.
Well, Lewis is a coward. Then you're a coward.
Right.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Can now just remind me of something? And here I go. I'll say this. Gas Digital is more racist than Compound Media. Period.
100%.
Stop.
100%.
Check what they talk about. Look at their chats. It's literally more yet, and I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's not like I do Compound once a week. I don't owe them anything, and I don't mean that as a slight. I'm saying that I'm not like a fucking fanboy. I'm a mercenary.
You're saying it because everyone talks about how.
But the joke everybody says how exactly. Listen to any Lewis, and credit to it. I'm not taking it away. I enjoy it. Is my point. But you mongoloids who actually believe like Compound is the most racist network, you're idiots. You don't listen to Legion of Skanks or even a Real Ass Podcast. They say more racist shit all the time, and they're funny about it. Kumi's funny about it, but Kumi just gets a rap, or Compound gets a rap because it's racist. It's all very Piazza.
Before I forget, of course, we forgot somebody very important. Yes, you have Victor Marsa on any of these shows, and it's 20 times funnier than any of these fucking guests. I mean, he's on here, even if he's not saying anything. The shit he's got going on in the background, he's throwing stuff up, his facial expressions he makes, even when you hang out with him in real life. I mean, the guy's an absolute mental patient, just like us. That's why we love him. And
I'm going to kiss him on the mouth when I see him. Put some lipstick on, Victor. Put some lipstick on for tonight. Put on your best dress tonight, Victor. I'm gonna bury some kids in your ass.
I hate to sound like a hack here, but I guess everyone's broke from super chatting and all the other shows. Uh,
Super chats are
$400.
gay.
They are
Look
gay.
at we did. Oh my God! Look at we did 50 minutes without reading a super chat. How could
Yep.
we possibly do it?
You
Oh,
can't.
we're idiots. Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah.
should.
Come on, Kevin.
Come on. Come on.
Come on, Kevin. Do one show without super chats like old times. It'll be fun.
Yeah, there's another thing. KC would be right in the middle of saying a story and just about to really get into it, and Kevin has to cut him off.
Constantly.
I don't know.
Every show.
That's just a personal. I hate to reiterate, it was a personal thing of mine to really look forward to Casey Armstrong because I remember watching him back in the day. Some of the old clips of him. I think the guy's hilarious, and just because he's a good-looking dude doesn't mean that he's not critically insane. I mean, the guy's almost blown his brains out a couple of times.
Here.
Right. You guys would get along perfectly. I'm telling you.
No, as I said, I had nothing against him. That ep itself, in my opinion, was boring as hell.
And it was. That's why I was sending in so many super chats. I sent in a $20 super chat. I said, "You better give this to KC, or there's going to be problems in Atlantic City." Anywho.
Yeah, the bash at the beach at Atlantic City. So what's the card? We have Levy versus Stuttering John. Am I fighting anyone?
I don't know.
Are you fighting anyone?
I don't know yet. I've been glancing over this. I don't know if you know more than I do. So what actually is going on? Because I'm not caught up yet. Did Stuttering John challenge Bob Levy to a fight? Is that what we're hearing? Is this actually happening? Is it a bit? The way Stuttering John talks on Twitter, it doesn't seem like it's a bit.
I don't think it's a bit to Stuttering John because he's a mongoloid. I think he is serious.
We both know Bob Levy would kick. I've seen Bob Levy fight in real life.
Oh, he'll kill him.
The man's a fucking monster, and he doesn't
care. He's the man. Yeah, Levy's the man. He'll absolutely stomp his brains in. Yeah, I don't know, but we got to call it and watch Ski. They're going to steal this too, but I've said it online and I've said it in the chat and I'm saying it here. It's got to be called Bash at the Beach, like the old WWF pay-per-views. We'll do Ski Maskpalooza featuring MLC Palooza, Bash at the Beach 2023. The main card being Levy versus Stuttering John. I believe Ray is going to fight. Ray's fighting. Maybe Ray should fight you.
I'll fight Ray.
Fight Ray. Maybe he should get a handicap match. It'd be Ray and Ray Goots versus Ski Mask.
I mean, as much as Ray pisses me off, I mean, bring the boxing gloves because I really don't want to hurt the guy.
You think you'll bash his brains in if you fight him?
110%, yes.
Whoa.
The dude's a worm. So, yeah.
Wow.
If anyone wants me to fight Ray DeVito, we'll bring the boxing gloves. I really don't want to hurt him. Just because I don't like him on podcasts and stuff doesn't mean I want to get violent.
Yeah, it's going to be a bash at the beach. Bash at the beach at Ski Maskpalooza featuring MLC Palooza. By the way, we should make those T-shirts. Vinny Cash's lawyers, Ski Maskpalooza featuring MLC Palooza. Should be a T-shirt that we could all wear to piss Kevin off.
Yeah. We'll wear them too there. Hopefully, the great Vinny Cash is able to make it out. I think he's 50-50 on it so far, but I really hope he comes.
I think we got to do the Water Club at Borgata. I was looking at rooms with Julio last week. There you go. There's a Deadpool $9.99. He's fighting alcoholism every day.
I love the great Deadpool.
So is Ski Mask.
Yes.
Now, are you still going to die? You still projected death date August 19th?
Yeah, I mean, apparently I'm getting threatening text from who I think is a Canadian member saying that I'm lying about having cancer and that he is sending pictures of me hammered on my show to my boss, which is funny.
Your boss, who's thank you, boss. Thank you, boss's lawyers. Proud Patreon.
He watches the show, so I'm sure he'll care. Send them. Same guy who threatened to send pieces of mail to all my neighbors, warning them about me.
All your neighbors that you're raising their kids for,
and who I grill for every weekend. Right when I was
going to say I'm going to get your neighborhood.
I'm going to get a bunch of meat. There's gonna be a big grill sesh going on as soon as this.
Now are you going to get steaks?
Not today. No steak.
You know, you're gonna build a fire.
When I buy the steaks, it's just for me and my lady. I don't,
Are you gonna build a grill and build a fire?
You know what? Maybe you know what I'm gonna do today, Stansel. You know what?
Yeah.
You just brought up a fucking fantastic idea.
I know. That's all I do.
Right when I get off this show, I'm gonna go get a steak and I'm gonna show you how to cook a fucking steak.
Post pictures of it. You know I love pictures of food.
Oh, there'll be video.
By the way, yeah, do a little live. Put it on the channel.
Yeah, why not?
Show Ray how to cook a steak. You know, that could be a nice pre-fight. Do a little work.
Yeah.
Dr. Chow. Apparently, Dr. Chow and my momager Kelly have some sort of beef in the comments. Obviously, my fellow investigative reporter, Dr. Chow. I don't know what's going on there. I wish you guys would make up, but
yeah, let's figure out what's going on because Dr. Chow is the #1 Cabana King fan. I don't know what it's all about that, but he really loves when the King comes on. I don't know if you saw the video, Stancil. Did you see the Cabana sleeping video?
I just saw it today.
Oh, okay. It's pretty classic. I thought he was going to be super pissed off when he woke up, but then he ended up running a show by himself. I was outside listening on the speaker, and I texted him. I had to remind him because it was his first solo podcast ever. I said, no N-words, because I know how he can get.
What did I just see? Tony, Stuttering John. What year is it? 1992. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony's lawyers. Exactly what I've been saying for weeks, if not months now.
It's time to
and again, Kevin made a great program, but now that's it. Now let's not. I don't need to see Stuttering. I don't give a shit about Stuttering John. Past that, it was one good episode for the MLC verse. The dabble homos can go back to whatever they do. Let us have our MLC. You got your dumb Shuleys and Stuttering Johns. We get our MLC, which you newer people clearly don't understand if you want Stuttering John all on time. We understand that. We've been telling you for months and years everything that happens and is going to happen. We call it every time. This is your one step.
The beef, by the way. I think Kelly says she is a Chow fan now. I think things have been patched up.
That's good. Good, because the money laundering. I mean, we're still looking deeply into the money laundering. There's a lot going on. Chow's looking on the international scale. We're getting Interpol. I believe Interpol has now been notified. And everybody's like, oh, he wouldn't launder money. And it's like, oh, take 30%. How dumb would that be? It's the easiest way. Why go there? There's a million ways to launder money, right? And I understand they take 30%. But it's the easiest fucking way. All you got to do is pick up your phone and send money in. You don't got to do any kind of crazy shit. You don't got to make an LLC and make a business. It's by far the easiest way to launder money. Yes, you take a bit of a big hit, but you're paying for the ease of it. You understand, you idiots? You're paying for the ease of it. These people are just laundering money on their phones through a show. It's the easiest way to launder the money in the world. And that's what these mongoloids who haven't scratched the surface don't understand. Take the 30% hit in the name of how easy it is to launder it. No LLCs, no offshore accounts, no making fake businesses. We're on to it. Interpol's been notified. Interpol's involved.
Only one way I like to launder money. Let's see what those Mets are going to do today. Hopefully they.
Let me. And by the way, once again, Stancil, when will it fucking end? I want to be wrong about anything. God, oops. I want to be wrong about anything. Please let me be wrong. And what have I said all along? The same thing last year. They're going to tank, which they've been doing. They're going to go on a run at the All-Star break, which they're doing now, 6 in a row now. And they're going to get close enough. They're going to give you hope in the second half of the season. And they're going to lose in the wild card round of the playoffs again. It's the same shit every year. So any mongoloid Mets fans that's getting excited right now, you're idiots. Have you not watched any of these seasons? It's literally the same every year. Now they're going to go on a run, get within striking distance of first place, maybe take it over for a couple weeks, then take again at the end of the year, barely make the playoffs, get eliminated, and repeat. Thank you, Stancil.
You should have try to book your guy from Britain and do a special sports mask and really get down into it.
We're working on it. I have to. Me and Steve are working on getting, and we're not even kidding. We're gonna get the UK Mets fan and Bobo on the same show together, and
Awesome.
see who's more autistic.
I would love to see some of that. Damn. I guess we made a whole hour. And
Oh,
we didn't even
wow.
have to do a super chats. Now I'm getting hungry when I'm thinking about this steak. I might have to go get a steak.
Yeah, get the steak. Get the steak because I think you should do a whole thing on the proper way to cook it, the proper way to grill it. I think that'd be hilarious, and you could shove it right in your arch nemesis Ray's face.
Yep, I'm going to do
Make
that.
sure you
today.
tag him.
Oh, I'll tag him. Until he blocks me. He's already unfollowed me. I guess he's real upset with the old Mr. Mask.
Thank you to our one super chat. You really made our day, but at least he got one. We're not here for the super chats.
One last thing. I know you're
I got nowhere to go. What time is it? Oh, I got time.
One last thing I'd like to get over because I'm getting hot in this mask and just waking up and really trying to relax and calm down.
Yeah.
I know. Will you be going to Compound Tuesday?
I will.
Can you explain something? Because I really don't understand what's going on, and I know you wanted to save it till Tuesday. What is this Bobby Tamburo lash out going on Twitter? Can we briefly hear about this?
Oh. Obviously, everybody hashtag stay tuned for Compound Media Tuesday and the Dumping in Hot Water. And actually, yeah, so the account in Hot Water is not run by anyone at Compound.
Got you.
It's I'll say it. I saw somebody say it's the Rich Osborne runs that account. I've heard that said. I don't know that for a fact. Maybe we'll get to the bottom of that. Maybe Dr. Chow can look into that in his travels. I've heard Rich Osborne.
If you guys make any fucking money, where's the fucking money?
Where's the money? I'm about to send in $200.
I've been fucking watching. I don't see no money coming in, Jim.
You see jokes?
I don't hear no mic working, Jim.
Yeah, this mic isn't even on. This thing has been a prop this whole time.
Somebody get this man off the show. Somebody send in the.
Not even plugged into anything.
I don't give a fuck. It's gonna take 4.
Classic. Hasn't even been plugged in this whole time. Nice. Yes. What was? So yes, I guess Bobby somehow got roped Marshall and Lindsay's thing, and then In Hot Water brought him up without tagging him in it. So I don't know all the ins and outs. Maybe sitting in the chat.
So I guess we'll wait for Tuesday. That's Compound Media.
Yeah, but I guess Bobby's had it with this account, and good for him. He stood up for himself. I guess he's had it with his account, who's not sanctioned by Compound. He's sanctioned by Gino, I guess.
Basically, my main question was if he was.
Yeah, so that account, from what I understand, and I'm just a reporter. I'm just an investigative reporter, as I always have been. I report. I have all my little birdies in all corners of the podcast and comedy world. I have birdies everywhere. From what I've gleaned, the In Hot Water account is not officially sanctioned by Compound. It is approved by Gino, but not an official. And nobody from Compound runs it. And Bobby had enough of I guess he threw a little shade at him. Something to do with Marshall and Lindsay, and I hung out with Bobby, but that's because Bobby wasn't socially autistic and knew how to mingle with people he didn't know, unlike Marshall and Lindsay. So I guess he got roped into that somehow, and Bobby had enough, so he responded like a man. So that's great. So I look forward to seeing what Bobby has to say on Tuesday in full. Hopefully, I told him to save it for Tuesday. Hopefully, I don't blow it on Monday. So yes, stay tuned for that.
We'll stay tuned for that.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does, because I was unclear whether he was going after.
And Bobby doesn't like all this horseshit. He doesn't like all the podcast war stuff.
I've already heard all about it.
Yeah, so for him to comment means it really finally got his breaking point. But we had a great time 4th of July. Too bad Marshall and Lindsay couldn't stick around and learn how to be social.
Yep. Thursday, folks, we got Pat Oates, who has who posted on Facebook, because of course he's not a Twitter guy, that his secret desire is that he now can no longer go one day without watching MLC. When I first met Pat Oates, he wanted nothing to do with it. But now he's so invested in the MLC world. He doesn't want to go on the show, but he wants to do, of course, Stevie and Ski Live after MLC to really talk about what's going on out there. So tune into that. And I'm going to go make a steak and see what I could do about that. And tune in.
Yes,
I guess,
I'll
next
be on
week.
Compound. I'll be on Compound Tuesday. We'll do a show again next weekend. I'll
course.
stay tuned. I've been trying to do more on the YouTube channel for everyone. My boss Ski Mask keeps telling me to do more stuff. So I've been trying, do some Stancil outdoors. In case we don't do a show before then, next Saturday, speaking of Bobby Tamburo, I will be at the Bijou Theater in Bridgeport to support Bobby Tamburo. Earl David Reed is the headliner there. Maybe Ski Mask, you can come hang out.
Yeah, I was about to say I might have to come back. Might have to come out there and see what's going on.
And maybe I'll throw my hat in the ring for MLC on Wednesday and see if I get picked up.
Yep, do it anytime you want.
Just trying to help, just trying to spice things up, get out of this Ray, Chad, Stuttering John
we have
fucking
to get out
cyclone. We've been stuck in it for too long. And Kevin even said that he's sick of it. You know what I mean? This is not a slight to Kevin.
It's starting to feel like he's doing it on purpose. It's getting so overplayed.
Yeah, well, I agree, which to a level I actually think is funny because I feel like he knows exactly what he's doing having a rant. He knows and it is kind of funny. But he said on the solo yesterday how he's tired of his own show.
Well, guys, get the word out there. I'm down to box Ray in Atlantic City.
Wow.
So get the word out there. Let him know.
I'll fight anyone who puts food posts up as their main content. Anybody wants to fight NAC, Mike's not plugged in.
Oh, Stancil, break the fourth wall here, and I'm going to hang up. I had to change the password on the YouTube, so I'll send you the new one.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, for the support. We don't care about super chats here. We do this when it's fun. When it's
do it for the love of the game.
We don't do it. Have a great weekend, folks. Go blow somebody and rape somebody. Goodbye.
Godspeed. I'm gonna go have sex.